Hey everyone, it's Xander James. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I'm back. I'm alive. Those of you who don't know me, name's Xander. I'm 23. I am F to M, female to male, transgendered, transmasculine. I prefer he, him, and his male pronouns. Yeah, I'm back. Gonna restart the blog here to get ready for conference season, pretty much. I go to a lot of conferences and talk about transgender stuff, transgender rights, mostly about language and accessibility in small towns with transgendered people and lower class. But yeah, it's a little bit about me. But my main goal for this blog is to talk about your questions. We did this a couple years ago when I first came out. It was super nerve-wracking. Obviously, a lot of things have changed since I came out. I've gained a lot of more experience as being trans and out. So I'd like to go ahead and get this around to... Yeah. So what I did was on a trans site, I asked questions. I would ask people to ask me questions, especially with newer coming out as trans. I'd like for this to be a helpline, a little bit of an insight, people out there that do know what it's like to live in a small town, being trans, lower class. Got you there. So yeah, we're gonna go through some questions here. Like I said, all of these are from people that are questioning, and or people that are just out. I'm not a senior at this, and I am not medically transitioning currently, but I have been out as trans for going on 3 years. Going on 3 years, and when I came out, I lost a lot of things, a lot of people. Lost my job. Lost my ex-wife. It's a little awkward. Lost my family. Some friends. But ultimately, it landed me back home to a really small town, which has been fun. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah. So I'm saying I don't have all the experience, and I'm speaking on behalf of my own experience, trying to give you something to relate to. Like I said, let's keep this a no-hate area. I know, just P.S. I know, just because I say it doesn't mean it's going to stop you. Just be nice. If you don't want to read this or talk about trans issues, move on to the next video. Yeah, we're going to get started. So the first question that I got on here was interesting. Brought me back a little bit. So the question was, how do you know that you are trans, and how do you know that you want to go through with it? That's a tough call. I knew I was transgendered when the bush life wasn't really fitting me. It's easy. I know it sounds easy, but just wasn't fitting me. There's something that I always it just wasn't enough. Yes, I was butch. Yes, I date women. But there's something else missing. I did not always know. That's a lot different than a lot of people. That's why I like to be claimed as transmasculine. It's a word that not a lot of people know. Transmasculine is under the trans umbrella. I use male pronouns. I'd like to be seen as masculine. I don't know if that actually works or not. But, so yeah. Didn't always know. I read a lot of books, and reached out, so that's what I'm doing now. Is the videos that I watch now, I'm making my own videos to help you. So, did not always know, and I decided to go through with it. I don't know if a lot of people actually talk about that. So yeah, you figure out you're trans, and you basically have to say, yeah, I'm going to do this, or threaten my happiness by not. I decided to do it because I thought everyone was wonderfully nice. It sounds really bad, I know. I came out as transgendered because I was super happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm trans. Finally figured it out. Everything fit perfect. I did so much research. And I remember the day that I sat down with my partner at the time and said, I'm trans. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna transition. And her reply was, but I'm a lesbian. So that didn't work out. That was my first wake-up call, that things were going to be a bit difficult. And coming out to my family, it's also hard. But in the end, at the end of the day, it's me and the moon. And we got so many people out here that have been helpful. I have my own family. I have family in states that I've never been to. So there's a lot of support out there. If this is who you are, do it. Be happy. You have to be. So good question on that one. Next one is interesting. I didn't like on this website that you had to post a picture. I think that kind of kills the anonymous part, but that's my thought. So I posted a picture. So we're gonna get some weird, not weird, but intimate questions, I suppose. This one is, how do you look so masculine without taking testosterone? I don't know. Jeans. I don't know. I went through a really serious workout phase where all I did was work and work out. So I buffed up, definitely losing it now. And the voice, my voice has always been deep. You can also train it to go down and stay deep. I also work third shift, so I'm a night walker. Makes my voice low, raspy. Other than that, I'm not sure. I guess jeans, because, I mean, I dress. I figured out what looks good on me dress-wise. Yeah, and I take care of my body, or at least try to. There's ways that you can go through it. There's also a natural transition, which is really interesting, and that's on TQ Nation. It's about taking herbs and supplements. You have to be careful with that stuff. I can't personally do it. It's too many supplements. But there are alternative routes to medically transition, is what I'm saying. So, good question. I'm glad you think I'm masculine. It's very flattering. I pass some days and some days I don't. I can literally go from yes sir to hello ma'am in like 3 seconds. Alright. Next question I have is, how do you approach women if that's who you date? And do you ever get any issues with you being trans? Yes. Yes. This is new territory for me. When I came out as trans, I was in a relationship long term. Sorry about the eyes there. It still terrifies me that I was in the relationship for that long. Yeah. That's hard. So I have been single now for almost a year. Was single. Currently seeing someone. It's going good. So, this is talking before. And I just it was a whole new ball game. I had to figure out how to meet people and interact and flirt as transgender, as who I was. Takes a lot of confidence, and what I like to call a lot of fake confidence. Not liquid confidence, it's different. Be careful with that. Fake confidence. I figured this was making me happy. I was super happy about starting to see myself differently, letting myself cut my hair short, dressing the way I wanted to, and then being brave. I walked in there, broad shoulders, standing up straight, and I did my thing. Clearly I did not pass in the beginning phases, so that was hard. And you're going to go through that a lot. You're going to find people that will be accepting. Once you feel comfortable in that situation, you decide when to let them know that you are transgendered. I usually tell them right off the bat, kind of clears things up. Yes, I'm transgendered, I don't like it, move along. If they're okay with it, that's cool. If they probably have some questions, and that's okay. As long as they're not offensive, obviously. Don't do that, don't take that. But yeah, it was a totally new ball game, and with this new girl I met, she knew that I was actually transgender beforehand through a friend, and we met up, and we haven't actually discussed it. I don't think it really needs to be all the time, but I know that she has some questions that she's not really talking to me about. So that's a whole new ball game, is meeting women or whoever you date, meeting that person, discussing who you are, and then kind of figuring out from there. But I'm not trying to rush things, so I just kind of feel it out first. And be you, be confident. Confidence and kill them with kindness. You got it. That's all it takes. Alright, so we're going to do one last question here, and then we are done for today. The last question that we have is, do you deal with violence or hate? It's kind of a broad question. I can go on with that with forever. Short and sweet is yes, clearly. I live in a really small town. The people that live around here know me, knew me when I grew up, so that's awkward. But on the flip side of that, I have really, really great friends. Friends that would do anything for me, and have been there through a lot. But yes, I have. Violence is something that is real, that comes with this. You just have to be careful. Leave a situation that you don't feel comfortable in. Always have a friend. Don't ever out yourself if you don't feel comfortable. But yeah. Yes, that's always a Debbie Downer. Yes, violence occurs, hate speech. I have a high tolerance for hate speech. Not high, it sounds bad, but I don't get easily offended. Because I understand that people are just primarily curious. So if you're not physically harming me or emotionally scarring me, I'm going to let you talk, ask your questions. I'll probably let you know that it was rude. Like the other time I got asked at a party if I was transvestite. No. Transgendered. Good call. Not appropriate timing. People don't mean to be rude, but then there are people that do. Recently, actually. So, you have to be careful. There are people out there that will get mad. It's a Debbie Downer to leave this video on. So yeah, be confident, be happy. Leave your questions down below. My email address is below. If you want to leave it anonymous, just let me know. I won't mention anything. But yeah, let's start up the conference videos. So leave your message, leave your question, and have a good night.